Have you ever wanted to beat a child?
I wanted to be the first to find a golden ticket, Daddy.
I know, Angel. We're doing the best we can. I've got every girl on the bleeding staff hunting for you.
All right, where is it? Why haven't they found it?
Veruca, sweetheart, I'm not a magician. Give me time.
I want it now. What's the matter with those twats down there?
For 5 days now, the entire flipping factory's been on the job. They haven't shelled a peanut in there since Monday. They've been shelling flaming chocolate bars from dawn to dusk.
Make them work nights.
Come along, you girls! Put a jerk in it, or you'll be out in your ears, every one of you! And listen to this! The first girl that finds a golden ticket gets a £1 bonus in her pay packet! What do you think of that?
They're not even trying. They don't want to find it. They're jealous of me.
Sweetheart, I can't push them no harder. 19,000 bars an hour they're shelling. 760,000 they've done so far.
You promised, Daddy. You promised I'd have it the very first day.
You're going to be very unpopular around here, Henry, if you don't deliver soon.
It breaks my heart, Henrietta. I hate to see her unhappy.
I won't talk to you ever again. You're a rotten, mean father. You never give me anything I want. And I won't go to school till I have it.
Veruca, sweetheart, Angel. Now, there are only 4 tickets left in the whole world, and the whole ruddy world's hunting for them. What can I do?
Designed to help you save money from electricity.
About time too. I want it. Give me that ticket. Mine. I found the golden ticket.
Welcome back to this week's episode of The Virtue Signals, and of course, as your host, Kendall Clements, I am not advocating for child abuse. But I'll tell you, Veruca Salt makes a very strong case that it might be okay to beat a redhead. All joking aside, gratitude or ingratitude, the counter thing there, I think is a very important topic to go over. In our society today, we are seeing a lot of people that are struggling with building a sense of gratitude, and Veruca kind of displays that. She displays signs of a low self-esteem. Her value and worth is coming from external forces. You know, she sits there in boobs that says, they don't like me, you know, and we see today that same element out there. So many people are basing their value on how many friends they have on social media, how many likes they get for their posts, and they tend to do things to get attention. Where if you had a strong core value of gratitude in your life, it doesn't matter what the world thinks out there. You have a basis, a foundation, if you will, of strength. And that's the characteristic that I'd like to see people develop. So how do you go about developing gratitude? Well, let's introduce another clip here. This is from a film called What About Bob? Bob Wiley is played by, God, don't do it again, Bill Murray. And he's seeking out professional help from Dr. Leo Marvin, played by Richard Dreyfuss. Watch this clip and let's talk about it.
I feel great. I feel wonderful. I feel good. I feel great. I feel wonderful. I feel good. I feel great. I feel wonderful. I feel good.
So this is at the entrance of the clip, and Bob is going off to his first appointment with his new doctor, Leo, and he's just trying to get there. And so he's doing these positive affirmations just to get there, and Bill Murray plays such a great nut job that you feel for the guy. But as the film goes on, you know, he goes through baby steps and death therapy and ends up being cured and writes a bestseller. And Richard Dreyfuss ends up to be a nut, and the guy in this clip, the second guy that comes through, he's doing everything except for positive affirmations, and you just see he's a bitter person. So I think that's kind of a powerful technique of how do you develop gratitude. It's obvious if you're a religious person that you recognize prayer as one of the tools that we use to develop gratitude. But even if you're a religious person or a non-religious person, the thing I want to talk about today, there's two of them. One is our strong daily routine, and the second one is part of that routine is gratitude journaling. In addition to prayer, I think gratitude journaling is a very solid concept out there. And I'm not going to talk about prayer in and of itself a great deal today, as I am going to be about the gratitude journaling. But how to go about doing it is, the advice that I found out there is, as you write down 2 or 3 things on a daily basis that you're grateful for, one of the strengths that I found is that if you are more specific about it, the better result it's going to have, or the stronger impact it's going to have. Just like when you're setting a goal, if you're not specific about the goal and you say, I want to be rich, is not as powerful a driver in your soul as I'm going to earn $120,000 this year by doing X, and I will do this by that date. You know, you're more likely to get to your financial goals with specificity. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. I think the same thing is with gratitude. If you just say, I'm grateful for my family, which is not a bad gratitude to have, but it's not very specific. It's very generic, right? But if you can be more specific, saying, I'm grateful for my son that I get to work with on a regular basis, and I get to see the goodness that he brings and the people that he associates with, is more specific. And you're able to reflect upon that, and you're able to drive deeper into that gratitude. Your relationship gets stronger. Your sense of value, knowing that you helped influence him or that person, right, is strengthened. Your personal well-being is strengthened by that. But also being grateful for the things that you have, you can also recognize the lack that others have, and then you can find ways to be of service out there. Let's go back to gratitude journaling, and part of our daily routines, they kind of go hand in hand. In your daily routines, if you take moments to identify 2 or 3 things that you're thankful for and go deep into them, but also taking time to write it down buries it deep into us. You then start to recognize those lacks out there, and your disposition, your heart becomes more of a service-based heart, and you can go out and do things for other people and alleviate other people. You then become a force for good out there. This is a big topic, and I don't expect to hit everything today, but I do want to take a brief moment and talk about our sponsor for a brief moment, Epic Stays. If you're looking for a place to go on a vacation where you can decompress and express a little gratitude, here is a shameless plug. This episode's sponsor is the Epic Stay, offering launchpad accommodations while you explore Zion National Park, discover sunsets at Gooseberry Mesa, cool off and soak in Sand Hollow Lake, or shred the dunes in the nearby sand dunes above Sand Hollow, or explore one of our many arches in the area. The Epic Stay's accommodations include shipwrecks, mine shafts, lava pits, alien abductions. With accommodations for 1 to 35 people, we offer private hot tubs or shared pool access. Come and explore. Our listeners can have a 10% discount when you use code VIP10. Again, thanks to our sponsor, the Epic Stay. We'd hope to see you here in St. George. If you've never been to Zion National Park, it's one of the most beautiful places on the earth that you could go visit. It's about 30 miles away from where I'm at today. Absolutely gorgeous, great place to reflect and think about gratitude. I don't want to push my religion on anybody, but as I read my scriptures as part of my daily routine, I came across a verse that I feel is helpful. I'm going to share it. Not advocating that you go out and read this scripture and incorporate it in your life, but I think the principle behind it is so important that it's universal. It goes right along with this concept of gratitude. It doesn't matter if we're grateful or ungrateful. Problems are always going to present themselves to us. We're going to have challenges that come up. And I think the disposition of a strong, grateful attitude is such a strength that it can help us shorten the time that we struggle through challenges. So here's the scripture. And he who receiveth all things with thankfulness shall be made glorious, and the things of this earth shall be added unto him, even 100-fold, yea, more. I got some feedback last week that I shouldn't film outside because the background noise is too loud, but this is just life. But let's talk about that principle there. Receiving all things with thankfulness. So I'm thankful for a roof over my head. I'm thankful for the mountain of debt that I have. Gosh, is it helpful to be thankful for the challenges we have? Well, if you think about it, our muscles are built through resistance, not through idleness, right? So challenges make us stronger. I watched a video years ago of a guy who could break like 30 blocks of ice with his elbow, and the reporter tried to do 1 block of ice with his elbow and it hurt him so bad he couldn't go on. He bruised himself. But he asked the guy who could break all those blocks with his elbow with that kinetic energy how he could do it. And he says, well, I started off with 1 block and I built up the resistance. And what they found is his bones, every time he'd hit a block, he'd have micro breaks on the surface of his bones, but then his body would repair itself and it'd send calcium to strengthen and fortify that area of his bones. And over time he was able to develop to go from 1 block to 2 blocks to 5 blocks to 10 to 20 to 30 blocks that he was able to break, and without injury. And so the challenges, I think, out there that would come along are given to us that we can strengthen our weaknesses. And if we can receive it with thankfulness, and we have the disposition of, what can I learn from this challenge? We'll become stronger and stronger, and as a result, we gain joy. And when you have joy in your life, and you can find those moments of peace and the associations that you're grateful for, your self-worth goes up. Your dependency on what other people think goes down. The number of likes on your Facebook post is irrelevant. Funny maybe, but irrelevant. But you overall have a better life out there. And so I just encourage people to go about developing this virtue of gratitude. And I look forward to your comments. What have you done that helps you build gratitude? Have you found that gratitude and being thankful for our challenges makes our life better? How does that strengthen us? Give me some examples of what you've experienced in life and how you can help other people through that. And as you go through this journey of developing gratitude, I'd encourage you also to look at those that may be struggling, and how can you give of yourself to strengthen them and encourage them along the way. Anyhow, until next time, I'm Kendall Clements with Virtue Signals, and have a great day.